Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another live stream here on this Tuesday night, Tuesday evening. The Cubs won. Yeah, I saw the Cubs. The Cubs won a lower scoring game, 3-1. Dude, this is terrible if the Red Sox actually win this game. I feel bad for the Yankees, honestly. This is really bad. The Red Sox they're a really bad organization. They're an evil organization. Hopefully the Yankees can come back in that game. You know, they honor Charlie Kirk. They're good people. So hopefully they come back, but I don't know. Yeah, the government shutdown. They got to get 60 votes. They got 53. The Dems won't vote. So it's going to shut down. They're trying to get this extensive health care for the temporary migrants and all the illegals, and this is just a mess with the government shutdowns. It's going to be shut down for like 12 hours. Even if it gets shut down. Bro, that doesn't work. You're washed at this point. Spencer, you're washed, brother. Go home. You're washed. You got to come up with something new. Bomb threat at Turning Point. Yeah, that's really bad. I heard about that. These liberals, they really want a lot of normal conservatives dead, and it's unfortunate, but this is who these people are. Mr. Solo, what's up? Mm-hmm. Did you see Hakeem crying about the meme? Yeah, I did see that. He was angry about the meme. He said it was racist or something because of the sombrero. Was it the hat? Was it the long hat? Trump should buy the Yankees out from the Steinbrenners after the boss died. The Yankees did too. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. If the Yankees lose this again, I mean, they've wasted Aaron Judge. They're going to have to win tomorrow. Their bullpen shit the bed, the Yankees, but like the last thing we need is the Red Sox to do anything. It's a really bad organization, and I say that as a Guardians fan. I'm a Guardians fan, and even I know the Yankees are a better organization than the Red Sox. The Red Sox are an evil organization. Been saying this for years that the Dems are terrorists. Well, they do support domestic terrorism. You're right. I mean, that is true. And I've tried to be nice to Democrats, but now I'm like, well, you've admitted you support domestic terrorism. You like when people die because they don't agree with you politically. Now you're doing the whole definition game, which is what liberals do, and they'll label anyone that's pro-white a racist and say you should be killed. So they do that now, and basically anyone that's pro-white, they'll be like, yeah, you're racist, and you know what, you're a fascist. Just like with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was so sweet and so nice, and I mean, that just shows you where that party is at. And they just want this immigration globalist cesspool, this country, the living quality is going to become third world. The living quality of the United States will be third world if they get whatever this worldview is. What is the worldview? We know what the worldview is demographically, and it's going to end up just destroying living conditions. That's what it destroys, living conditions. This mass immigration, it destroys living conditions. Point blank, period. Did you see Trump gave Schumer and Hakeem a mega hat in the Oval? Uh, yeah, he does that. No, I didn't see it, but I know he does that. New York bullpen has been shit, and Aaron Boone can't manage. Yeah, they need to move on from Aaron Boone. I mean, at this point, just move on from Aaron Boone. How long does it take? New York Buck. You do randomly. I appreciate the donations. You randomly do give me some nice donations. A nice $50 donation. Ohio State leads betting odds to repeat plus 500. Oregon second place at plus 600. Yeah, but I have concerns with Ohio State's offense. Julian Sayin is like Alex Smith 2.0. Julian Sayin, or he's Kyle McCord 2.0. He's got to start throwing the ball. See, the thing is with Ohio State is they try limiting the game because they don't trust Julian Sayin, but they're gonna have to start doing something. I mean, they have two good receivers to keep doing this with the run and limiting the game and limiting the time of possession. You should want more possessions if you're Ohio State because you have more talent than the other teams. Mandani will turn NYC into Bangladesh. Well, Mandani has said that prisons are a social construct. He said, they shouldn't exist and let everyone out. And now there's another story about a white girl getting murdered by a criminal that had like 35 felonies. They let him out. I mean, it's like it happens every week almost now. This is these people's policies. This is not a first world operation we're running with these liberals. They don't believe in a jail system. And then it's actually funny. You hear some of these people, they say, well, why does America have such a high, prison population? Well, because if you look at our demographics relative to us being a first world country, it makes complete sense. You've actually showed you're racist by saying that under your own purview. We can go to demographics and understand the United States is really the only first world country that has our demographics set up, so it makes sense we have a massive amount of prisoners. And somebody said that, and I was like, that's genius. I never thought of it like that, because liberals are like, well, we have all this prison population. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why we have a massive prison population. And Sweden doesn't. Oh, man. Wait, why doesn't Sweden have a massive... I don't know. It's just boggling. I don't know. These liberals are so smart. They're educated. They'll tell us, I'm sure. Maybe a social construct or something. Trump will stop that New York shit. Can't have Muslims, Islamic, running the issue. The government. Well, I mean, he's going to run it to a degree. We'll see how much power he gets as the mayor. I know Trump says that he's going to restrict the funding, but then that becomes that's going to become a whole exhibition in and of itself. Mandani is going to be like, he's a racist. He's not allowing me to have money. So that'll be a whole thing, I'm sure. Did you see that if you have DACA in Texas that you can renew, but if you live there or move there, you will get work authorization revoked, and a lot of dreamers are freaking out? Yeah, I don't know. That's an immigration thing. I mean, you're nervous about the Yankee game? Dude, the Yankees are going to lose. They were down 3-1. They're not coming back from that. They're not coming back from that. They don't have an offense. Late in games. Chapman's had a ridiculous year. Aroldis Chapman. Who would have thought? Guy's like 39. If it's all about poverty, how come poor world? I never said it was poverty. Poverty is a contributor. It's not all about poverty. No, I never said that. Poverty can be a contributor, obviously. I mean, just if you're poor, you're gonna rob places. You have a higher propensity to steal. But no, there's a number of indicators for higher crime. And poverty, in terms of demographics, falls behind. But it is an indicator. But there's a number of indicators. And also another indicator in terms of significant crime is liberal policies. Because and that's what even Ramaswamy was saying, it's the same 5% of the people committing 95% or 50% of the crime, whatever it is. How can we ignore the 30-6 and believe the rest of the story? None of this adds up and makes me question everything. Doesn't sort. Doesn't sorting now this? I don't know. What are you talking about? The bullet not going through? You're talking about the bullet not going through, right? Yeah, I thought that was weird that they said that. You know, they're very religious at Turning Point USA, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're like, well, Charlie Kirk had really strong bone density. That's a 30-06 caliber. It's gonna go through. I don't know what's going on there, but they could say it splinters. Maybe it splinters. Maybe it hits a bone and splinters. So I don't know. But they need to be more honest about that. They're really leaving it up to now to people. They're gonna start picking holes in that. Sean, what's up? The whale. The whale, the $47. The whale enters. Could have been old ammo or a lighter load. Yeah, I think it could have been a number of different things, but I do feel like them saying that it was a magic bullet with Kirk having all these super muscles or super bones. I think that's a bit ridiculous. People are not going to believe that. Obviously, that sounds like it sounds kind of nonsensical when they say it like that. I mean, they could have just been like, well, it splintered when it entered, it hit a few bones, and that's just what happened. We're testing it. Sean, the whale enters again. The whale with another splash. I was wondering, what did you send me? You sent me a $45 donation now? I appreciate it. That's very nice. How would you react? How do you think the country would react to Hunter Biden in 2028? What is a meme? Like a meme candidate? Like Kanye West, yay, 2024? Are there any conspiracy theories you actually believe in? Um, I mean, yeah, there's quite a few conspiracy theories I believe in, but I mean, even parts of 9/11, there are conspiracies that make sense, just not the entire story. Did the Red Sox actually win? That's disappointing. They disrespected I mean, at least the Yankees respected Charlie Kirk, and that's a well-run organization. The Yankees. So to see them lose like that to a mean team like the Red Sox, it's tough. It's tough to see. I mean, the Guardians lost, but we suck. But we're terrible. Read the Northwoods document. Well, yeah, that was an obvious case of a conspiracy being proven true. I'll give you that. Operation Northwoods. Aaron Judge is going to be one of the best players in league history to never win a ring. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe he's already like 34. He's 33 or 34. He's getting up there. You know, he started his rookie year was really late. He was like 25 in his rookie year. So, yeah, the Yankees, I mean, they make the playoffs. They just, for whatever reason, I mean, they did make the World Series last year. But that Dodgers team really should be investigated. I mean, they can't, what they do, they've completely manipulated it. And then you had the Otani betting. And then Manfred's literally like, make the interpreter the fall guy. Like, really? Do you guys know Emmanuel Clase? Emmanuel Clase literally bet like $50 to spike a baseball, and they're suspending Emmanuel Clase, the Guardians closer, forever. But Otani bets like $25 million, and then they say just blame it on the interpreter. How is this? This is a sham what MLB is running. Honestly, let's be real. When you think about stuff like that, like how is Emmanuel Clase, who is like a legit, actually a good closer? He's like, let me bet $30 and spike a baseball so I can win a little Big Mac. And then he gets banned for life for that. But then Otani's got like this bet slip. It's like $40 million, and Manfred's just like, blame it on the interpreter. We can't afford to lose Otani. You know, they couldn't afford to lose Otani. And now Otani's getting paid $2 million a year. So that's just great. That's really great for competitive balance. Yeah, that's just beautiful. Are you keeping up with Tucker's 9/11 documentary? Uh, no, I'm not. I saw he just came out with part two, so maybe I am keeping up with it. But I know I didn't watch it, but I saw he came out with part two. What is it? A 4-part documentary? You know, Tucker Carlson's done this whole thing now. He's anti-Israel. It's like we're really gonna be original now. Seriously. No, I mean, listen, I'm sure it's good. I don't dislike Tucker, but it's always anti-Israel, and it's like we got to think of something new at some point, you know? That's what I was thinking about. Like, how many times do people, it's like anti-Israel, anti-Israel. Gen Z is obsessed with Israel. It's all Israel. So how are you ahead of the next big thing? What is the next thing? Are you going to watch Change My Mind tomorrow? Is that maybe the Steven Crowder thing? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, I probably would check out some of the clips of that if because I think Steven Crowder did that today. Are you talking? Maybe I'm totally off. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about something else. I know Steven Crowder brought that back, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Trump did his morning low energy speech to the generals. You think he took an upper? I think he takes a lot of drugs. I think he takes a lot of stuff. He's 79. You have to, that's protocol, and so they have to medicate him to keep him. I mean, that's just protocol. Otani went yard. This is, dude. I have the Reds winning. I have the Reds going to the World Series. Hopefully the Reds win that game. A lot of this has got to be I'm sick of Otani, dude. I'm sick of the Dodgers. How do you pay Otani $2 million per year? Like that's a joke. They're gonna have to do something to the Dodgers. They're gonna have to. They're not gonna do anything though because it's all about the globalization of baseball, and now they've got Japan and South Korea and all the East Asian. You know, they all love Otani. But think about if you actually look at Otani's contract, it is ridiculous. And then they're like, yeah, it's all right if you gamble or whatever. We'll blame it on your interpreter. The interpreter went to prison. Low energy speaking to generals in a professional setting. Yeah, no, I didn't see it, but I'm sure it was, it's whatever. Your Yankees still win two in a row? Can the Yankees? Yeah, the Yankees can very easily win two in a row. The Red Sox are not a very good team. The Red Sox just emptied their entire load in game one. Think about it. Crochet and Chapman. So what is Chapman going to pitch tomorrow too? The Yankees are a deeper team. The Curl King on YouTube calls Trump a fascist. It's just another liberal cuck, probably. It's just another liberal boomer slop. Who cares? Yeah, I know he threw 120 pitches. As a Guards fan, you're rooting for the Red Sox. Now, as a Guard fan, I'm rooting for the Yankees because the Red Sox are really a mean organization. If you're a Guards fan, you got to be rooting for the Yankees, honestly. Like, let's be real about it. It will be crazy in Seattle for their game one. Yeah, they'll face, I mean, maybe they'll face the Guardians, but probably not now. I guess they'll face the Tigers. There's a 1-minute video on Steven Crowder's channel called I'm Back with the Change My Mind pick. Yeah, I mean, I saw he was doing it. I saw that on social media, so it doesn't surprise me. Barron Trump shut down an entire floor of Trump Tower for a date. This is aura. Absolute alpha move. Barron Trump trying to flex on us, really? Seriously, bruh. This is a good pull for Citarelli. This is good. It's close. Dude, I saw this video. This is an awkward walk. Take a look at this. Big fella's coming in. Coming down the tunnel. Alpha walk.
Let's go.
Dude works out. I'll give him that. You got to give him credit for that.
Now, I know the leader is going to show a poll that says that Democrats will be blamed for the shutdown. There are many more polls that show Republicans are blamed. The question in that poll is biased. Biased. In the New York Times, but it's biased. If you turn the... That's true. I don't always believe the New York Times. You can be sure of that. Neither do you. Okay.
Dude, I hate all this stuff. Really, I think the government shutdowns are some of the most just useless. What are we even talking about? Obviously, you know, they need to have 60 because of the filibuster. They have to have 60 votes, so they need Democrat votes. But Democrats are trying to argue to get, like, illegal migrant health care or something. So that's the holdup. This, like, what are we talking about? They're trying to bargain with them. And it's just this constant annoying thing, like every 5 months. Oh, there's a government shutdown coming. There's a government shutdown. It's like, there's got to be a more efficient way to do this than just having a constant government shutdown. Candace Owens doubles down, accusing Israel of assassinating Charlie Kirk, implicating Turning Point USA. About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, he informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright. Yeah, I just don't really think she's being honest here. Well, I know a lot of liberals hate Chuck Schumer. I don't know about Jeffries. I think liberals like Jeffries. Well, there's Jeffries right there. I think liberal... What a photo. An actual photo. I think liberals like Jeffries but hate Schumer. Is there a video of this? There's got to be a video on Rapid.
I'm hoping there are enough reasonable Democrats over there. We got picked up 3 tonight when we voted on this. We're going to vote on it again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll pick up some more, and eventually we'll get enough to pass this thing in the Senate and keep the government open. But this was all unnecessary. This was all done to satisfy their left political base and Schumer's fear. I mean, this guy is somebody who is running scared, obviously, every single day from AOC and the other, lefters that he has to answer to. And what you're seeing, at least in, every day now in the Senate.
But are Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
Democrats are demanding health care for everybody.
But are Democrats demanding...
Who's the reporter?
The GOP bill to keep the government open may be getting the support of 3 Democrats now in the Senate. So the dam may be breaking, but Schumer's...
So it looks like they're going to keep it open. Again, this is the exact same thing that happened. They're like, oh, it's going to shut down. Remember like 5 months ago? They're like, oh, it's going to shut down. It's shutting down. Government shutdown. Well, it looks like we've averted the fake crisis again.
Bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people.
Yeah, he's just gonna troll him if Jeffries is angry by it.
In the face of an unprecedented Republican.
All right, well, was it Andrew?
Yes.
I
know this is
Andrew.
unconventional. Is it cool if I pray with you real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done that several times.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for Stephen and what he's doing out here. And I just ask that you can use his voice as to be an ambassador for your will. I thank you for the ability to have this beautiful day, this beautiful breeze, and have conversations out here. And I just ask that you are present with and bless everyone that is in attendance today, as well as everyone in our country, those who are struggling, and sometimes most importantly to pray for. God is our enemies and those who fervently disagree with us. Even if they want us dead, we have to pray for their salvation and for.
Right, so it looks like he is coming back. There was a fake bomb threat. Earl Sears down 3 points. Look at Schumer. That looks like a decent. What is that? Coca-Cola? Diet Coke? Schumer. Put on the hat. They're threatening a bunch of firings and layoffs if the Democrats don't vote against the government shutdown, I guess. I think Murkowski said she was going to become an independent or a liberal or something. Yeah, this is what Gavin Newsom posted. So Gavin Newsom posts that. It's like a pro JD Vance meme. I don't know why he would post that. Maybe they miscalculated the meme meta. They might have miscalculated it, I think. Thoughts on Paul Feinbaum running for Senate? I think it's unnecessary. I think Paul Feinbaum, I don't know how liked he is. I mean, it's Alabama, right? So you'd figure if he's got the name recognition, he would win easily. But he's got to be like a boomer. Like, I don't know what his political beliefs are. I'm sure they're conservative, but I don't know exactly what they are. You know, obviously Paul Feinbaum is he's a big college football pundit, and he really likes to throw shots at the Big Ten. And he likes to troll, I guess, even as an old dude. He does that because that's what gets clicks. The Newsom memery is so cringe. Yeah, I think it doesn't really make sense. That would be like a pro JD Vance meme. I'm not sure. When you saw Feinbaum, you were like the college football guy? Yeah, no, the college football guy. He did an interview with Clay Travis. I saw clips of it. He's a Birmingham, Alabama Republican, so he's a conservative Democrat. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see what he actually says before I label him anything. But I don't think he would be. I think he would be pretty boomer conservative. But I don't know if that probably means neocon type. But well, we'd have to see. Please explain how Miami is overrated. You don't think Carson Beck is good? I mean, I don't think Miami's that overrated, but I do think, early in the season, I think people have to understand, like, Carson Beck is not this superstar quarterback. There's a lot of interceptions with him. They're going on the road in a hostile environment. I think it's going to be challenging. They've had a nice season, but even like their win against Florida, I mean, Florida's a 1-3 team, let's be honest. Yeah, they beat Notre Dame. That was week 1. Notre Dame's breaking in a new quarterback. Did Fetterman flip today? I think Fetterman always voted to keep it open. It seemed like from what I was seeing what he was saying. If the government shuts down, that's fine by me. Our government doesn't care about Americans anyways. Well, it's going to shut down for like 2 days, man. That's what always happens with these shutdowns. So it'll shut down. Now they're threatening firing a bunch of these government workers to try and get the liberals to vote for it. Dude, this dude is like a fucking woman. You're leaving? Oh my god, bro, you're leaving. I'm so sad. You're leaving. You have to announce it. Like, fuck off to a different stream. Fuck all the way off, sir. I'm just kidding. This is a good poll for Jack. It's a nice poll. We'll see. I'm sure there'll be a bunch more polls. It's a month away at this point, a little bit over. Why did he leave? I don't know, maybe changing a tampon, I think he was saying. Find the video of her freezing up on Breakfast Club. No, I know. You're talking about Mikey Sherrill. She's a really bad candidate. She deserves to lose. I don't know if she will. There's some polls that are really positive for her. Other ones are very close. Citarelli can win. He barely lost in 21. They're saying, well, now Democrats are more energized because Trump is in. Isn't it kind of ass backwards how that works in politics? Like, Trump wins, and then that means Democrats are going to do better. But that's how it always is, I guess. The opposing party does better the next year. Because they're energized. Okay. Thoughts on Trump mentioning the N-word? Yeah, I saw. He said you can't say 2 N-words. I saw that. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of clips I'll have to see. To this day, I do not understand why bomb threats are taken seriously. Why would I ever want to tell people to get away? You have to. I think it's protocol. You have to take them seriously. Yeah. It says there was also a suspicious package found. I don't know if that's legitimate or what.
What you're doing. Thank you very much, Lynn. Okay, any questions, please?
Mr. President, as we inch closer to a government shutdown,
250-pound women hit you up on Tinder. You're down bad. I don't know. I mean, are you looks matched? You're probably looks matched with her. How much do you weigh?
This morning, you said you might do a lot of layoffs. If DOGE is already reducing the federal workforce, why is it necessary to link more federal jobs cut to a shutdown?
Well, the Democrats want to shut it down, so when you shut it down, you have to do layoffs. So we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected, and the Democrats, they're going to be Democrats. As you know, this country, no country can afford to pay for illegal immigration, health care.
You're 170? Dude, you're really down bad. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. That's a tough situation. I would avoid.
for everybody.
But I don't know what you
That's
look like.
They're insisting, and obviously I have an obligation to not accept that. That would affect everybody. You know, when I see what we're doing with AI and all the plants that are opening up in the country, $17 trillion is coming. And if you compare that to Biden, Biden had in 4 years less than $1 trillion. We have 17 trillion, more than that. I think it's going to be much more than that, David, by the end of this year. I think it's going to be far over that. It's a record. It's already a record in 8 months. It's a record by a lot. And so we're doing well as a country. So the last thing we want to do is shut it down. But a lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things, but they want open borders. They want men playing in women's sports. They want transgender for everybody. They never stop. They don't learn. We won an election in a landslide. They just don't learn. So we have no choice. I have to do that for the country. Yes.
You mentioned
Would you like to say something, honey?
Yes. I'm Eleni Myers. I'm 9 years old, and I had a blood cancer called leukemia when I was only 2 years old. I had to get treated at 7 different hospitals across this country, and I had to have 2 bone marrow transplants, one for my dad and one for my mom. And I had to spend many days and the nights in the hospital getting pokies and yucky medicine. And me and my parents were very worried, and I had to go through those 7 different hospitals to find the best treatment that can make me better. And thank you, Mr. President, for making everything happen today, so kids like me and Laura, we can still be living today and speaking.
Why is Triple H there? Stephanie McMahon is there as well. I don't know. Maybe it's something with WWE. Former Des Moines, Iowa Superintendent Ian Roberts, an illegal alien. How is a superintendent an illegal alien? That's a big issue. Disgusting way to use child as a prop. You mean like when Obama used to do it?
Do Democrats want to prioritize the health care of illegal aliens over a government shutdown? Because if the government does shut down, American
Excuse
employees are going to
me,
be furloughed.
stop it right there. We're not prioritizing. What we're doing is saying simply we want to keep the government open, and we want to work with the Republicans and have a bipartisan agreement to keep this government open.
It's a shakedown. You're demanding health care coverage for illegal aliens.
And health care is at the top of our agenda.
But aren't Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
Democrats are demanding health care for everybody. We want to save lives. We want to make sure that health care is available to those who would die, but having the help of their government.
So you're good with the government shutdown, even if it means giving health care to people who aren't American citizens?
Well, that's what you're pushing on. What you're trying to do is you're standing here and you're trying to make me say that somehow we're going to put non-citizens.
Who's the reporter?
Over Americans. Quit it. Stop it. This is the kind of journalism we don't need.
No, I'm just
you're
asking
divisive.
questions.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, that's
you're being divisive. No,
No,
please. You don't need to ask that question. You're just trying to get controversy here. You're not going to get it from me. We want to save health care for all people.
Remember when Maxine Waters tried entering the fucking Department of Education? They shut her down. As a student nurse, you will report illegals too.
That's right. And then
Lindell TV reporter. Mike Lindell. Maybe I get a nice pillow deal. Mike Lindell, my pillow.
what does that shameful man do? After a meeting where you're supposed to be working out details, where you're supposed to be negotiating a deal, you
Look at these robots in the background.
Something that draws a sombrero,
these NPCs
and a
in the background,
on the leader with whom you're supposed to meet.
Dude, the NPC bot movement has been upgraded. The NPC background bot movement. Imagine I was in the background of one of these videos trying to like act like an NPC. The NPC. Elite NPC movement. Dems are clown iGoon 17 Pro Max 2 terabyte. You got the 17. The 17 has 2 terabytes of storage. Bullshit. That's 2,000 gigabytes. What is it? What are we looking at here? Like, what are we supposed to... I thought this was going to be something. What are we looking at, man? They don't even show the Biden auto pen. Show the auto pen at least. Show the auto pen. They have to keep the auto pen there even when Trump leaves the White House. They're going to have to keep it. The Dems said they want to keep it because it's realistic. It's an actual realistic depiction of the Biden presidency. Dems on CNN said, well, we admit it really was... Biden wasn't doing anything. We have to admit the auto pen is accurate. We have to admit it. We have no choice. Vivek for Ohio. Vivek is, I think, struggling in polls. I mean, he should win because of how red Ohio is. But in terms of the gubernatorial race, it might be a little bit closer. It's going to be closer than Trump, that's for sure. I mean, Moreno only won by like 4. Moreno was on this, the ballot with Trump, and he only won by 4. I know Ramaswamy has got to be up by like 5 or 6 at least in polls. Thoughts on firing fat generals? Well, you have to be in a certain level of shape with the military. That it's a quota. So they have to meet a quota with the military because it's a liability if you're not in shape in a physically, labor intensive role like that. During the meeting with generals, DJT won 3 times. All right, I'll go to the Hague. We'll see if we can find the Hague stuff with Trump. Guess that was earlier.
Legacy. We don't want that. You walk nice and easy. You don't have to set any record. Be cool. Be cool when you walk down, but don't bop down the stairs. So one thing with Obama, I had zero respect for him as a president, but he would bop down those stairs. I've never said da-da-da-da-da-da, bop, bop, bop. He'd go down the stairs, wouldn't hold on. I said, it's great. I don't want to do it. I guess I could do it. But eventually, bad things are going to happen. And it only takes once. But he did a lousy job as president. Legacy. We don't want that.
Mumblewick. Mumblewick, what a name.
Something. But together with many of you in the room, we've brought back the fundamental principle that defending the homeland is the military's first and most important priority. That's what it is. Only in recent decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia, while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly. After spending trillions of dollars defending the borders of foreign countries, with your help, we're defending the borders of our country from now on. We're not going to let this happen. Biden let people come in from prisons, mental institutions, drug dealers, murderers. You know, we had 11,488 murderers allowed into our country by this guy who had no clue. He had no clue. He shouldn't have been there in the first place, but he had no clue. The people that ran the office, the White House, were people that surrounded him, radical left lunatics that are brilliant people, but dumb as hell when it came to policy and common sense. And they allowed people from all over the world, from the Congo. They opened up prisons in the Congo. They came into our country totally unmatched, unvetted, unchecked. And from all over South America, not just South America. You know, you think South America, no, but from all over. A lot came in from Venezuela. Venezuela emptied its prison population.
Trump 2028, give the man 4 more years. He's too old, man.
With you, generals and admirals, I've taken that off. I say, they spit, we hit. Is that okay? I think so. They spit, it's a new thing. They spit, we hit. How about the cars, where the cars are coming out? They get brand new cars, Border Patrol, ICE, beautiful, nice new cars. And they're driving along, and they have to go through a gauntlet of rocks being thrown at the car. So here's this beautiful brand new car. By the time it goes 100 yards, it's destroyed. These guys have pretty good arms, some of them. And they're throwing bricks at full force into the window and into the car. It looks like it's a war zone. And I said, never let that happen again. From now on, if that ever happens, and I say it here, you get out of that car and you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Because those people are, you know, you can die from that. Those bricks go through the windows. You can die. They'd like it to. They'd like it to go through the window. But this was a couple of months ago. They just kept driving, and bricks are hitting the car. And I said, why?
Yeah, no, he's right. I mean, they've been... These people need to be arrested. It's obstruction against ICE. It's obstruction against lawful arrests. They have to be arrested for obstruction. Nominate DJT in 2028. You're saying I will vote for Trump in 2028? I'll probably vote for the Republican, yes. But Trump is just not a realistic option.
Its target. It was total obliteration. CNN, when we came back, fake news CNN, oh, their camera just went off. You know, their camera, every time I mention, they turn the camera off because it's never good. They say, this is a problem. But I don't blame them. You're better off keeping it off. But they have some scammer reporter who started saying, without any knowledge, that he may not have hit the targets as well as they thought. It may not have been obliteration. He did hit the targets. And I got to give us a little credit, right? It was obliteration, it turned out. The Atomic Energy Commission said it was obliteration. They had, not only did they hit the target, they had these chutes. And think of this here. Way up in the sky, its target.
It's the air vents. They hit the air vents, I think. Canada wants to be a part of the Golden Dome defense system.
Huh. Countries with it. We don't have it ourselves. And Canada called me a couple of weeks ago. They want to be part of it. To which I said, well, why don't you just join our country? You become 51, become the 51st state, and you get it for free. So I don't know if that
but what about
a big impact, but it does make a lot of sense. It actually makes, because they're having a hard time up there.
No, we don't want the Canadians. What Trump should go for is the 3 territories. I want the 3 northern territories. I want the 3 northern territories, Alberta and Greenland. The rest of Canada is too liberal. They'll demand voting rights. They'll demand, representation in our government. We can't have that. They're too liberal. But we want the territories. Did you see the Biden reference cards? Brandon couldn't remember what Hillary Clinton looks like, LOL. What, they filmed Biden with like cue cards and, trying to instruct him what. We want New Brunswick. We don't want New Brunswick. Does Hamas accept the deal? Probably not. If I had to guess, probably not. I don't know. I'd have to look at Polymarket or something to see. They probably have some numbers on the odds of them accepting it or not. But you would imagine if that deal has been made with Israel supposedly giving up the, idea of getting rid of the Palestinians, you would figure that it's a pretty good deal somehow for Israel. I mean, why else would they agree to it? Thoughts on annexing NATO and making them non-voting What do you mean annexing NATO? You can't annex all of NATO. It's not possible. Mumblewick, I appreciate it. Future note, though, that you could totally see future Gavin Newsom annexing Canada or Greenland and getting praised for it. Yeah, I don't know if liberals would be able to do a 180 on that. I don't think they would do that. I don't see it. I think it's either Trump or bust. Israel stops shooting into Gaza when Trump tells Bibi to stop. That's it. Trump can stop it at any time. Well, I think it's a little bit more. I mean, Trump was very angry at Israel's. I don't know if they struck in Qatar or Qatar, but they hit something in Qatar, and he made Netanyahu apologize for it. But I think there is going to be an immediate ceasefire, immediate peace deal with Hamas if Hamas agrees to this. But it seems like at this point, if Hamas doesn't agree to it, Trump has given Netanyahu the full go-ahead to do whatever he wants with Gaza. But I don't know, what does that mean, expelling all the Palestinians? I'm guessing that's probably what it means. I don't know, it's like a mess then. Where do they go? You still go to the gym? I actually got a decent workout today playing something. But no, I don't go to the gym. I'm actually in good shape and stuff, and so I don't have to go to the gym. If you're fat, you should go to the gym, things like that. I recommend it for people. Are you happy for Bad Bunny? I don't even know who that is. It's some Mexican or some Puerto Rican. I'm not sure, man. Not good. They have the worst people do these halftime shows. They're not even American. Yeah, if Trump cut Bibi loose, he would gain support 100%. He would gain a lot of at least internet support. We know that. Now, that doesn't always translate. I think obviously the internet hates Israel. Peso Plumo is better than Bad Bunny. He's gay. I don't know who these people are, man. I swear to God, if U.S. pays for turning Gaza into a resort. I think it's the Gulf states are paying, I believe. All right, let's see where the Hegseth clips are. I mean, my goodness.
This. And most of all, Lord, please keep my soldiers safe. Lead them, guide them, protect them, watch over them. And as you gave all of yourself for me, help me give all of myself for them. And amen. I have prayed this prayer time since I've had the privilege of being your secretary. And I will continue to pray this prayer for each of you as you command and lead our nation's finest. Go forth and do good things. Yes.
Oh, not you again. Resident Griper? No, I don't know if you are or not, but is MAGA truly dying? No, MAGA's not dying, man. Trump is actually pretty popular right now. He's more popular than he was his first term. Like the stream, all of these generals are 100x ranks higher than TED Talk Hegseth. That's wrong. Hegseth is the leader. He is the leader of the Department of War. the Department of War. He likes the name change. They've decided to change to the Department of War. You will always support Israel. Bye-bye, Hamas. Yeah, you're really pro-Israel. You're very pro-Israel. Have you been to Israel? You like the Wailing Wall?
To our great republic, at great sacrifice to yourselves and to your families. But if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign. We would thank you for your service.
Well, Pete Hegseth wants to be the VP, apparently, of 2028.
I suspect, I know, the overwhelming majority of you feel the opposite.
Pete Hegseth.
These words make your hearts full. You love the War Department because you love what you do, the profession of arms. You are hereby liberated to be an apolitical, hard-charging, no-nonsense, constitutional leader that you joined the military to be. We need you locked in on the M. Not the D, the E, or the I. Not the DEI or the DIE of dime. By that I mean the M. Military, of the instruments of national power. We have entire departments.
Yeah, people are like, well, Puerto Rico's American. Well, it's a territory. It's a territory. There's a difference. Yeah, it's American as a territory. Trump, Hegseth 2028, you can get behind it. Yeah, Hegseth is making it. Hegseth wanted to give this speech as a little precursor. He wants to really take control. I mean, this is a guy that has a flair for the dramatic. This is a guy that has a presence on TV. This is someone that worked at Fox News. His credentials are impeccable. He commands respect. He is the leader of the Department of War.
Any place where tried and true physical standards were altered, especially since 2015 when combat arms standards were changed to ensure females could qualify, must be returned to their original standard. Other standards have been manipulated to hit racial quotas as well, which is just as unacceptable. This too must end. Merit only. The president talks about it all the time. Merit-based. Here are any place. I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men, or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task, or under a leader who was the first but not the best. Standards must be uniform.
Who will be the next leader of the Republicans? Nick Fuentes, Musk, Myron Gaines? Probably Brylan Hollihan. He seems real impressive.
Gender neutral and high.
He's impressing me.
That are arriving at your commands as we speak and in your inbox. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS
Dude, these
for every
people, what kind of a
designated
question
combat
is that?
arms
Like,
position
bro.
returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death. Standards must be met. And not just met, at every level, we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense and core to who we are and what we do. It should be in our DNA. Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment or the Marine Corps Combat Fitness Test. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance.
Well, there has to be some standard. You have to be in a certain shape if you want to complete tasks militarily. I mean, it makes sense. You got to set a certain standard. You think the next leader of the Republican Party could be Nikki Haley? The prodigy. Sarah Palin. Redemption arc? Comeback? Would you deadass vote for Myron Gaines if he wins the primary for Republicans in 2028? Dude, Myron Gaines is not even going to run. What is Myron Gaines running in 2028? He's not going to win anything, bro. Come on. You're on the internet too much if you think Myron Gaines is going to win in 2028. The Republican nomination? You work on base. This old man was mad about DJT. Yeah, there's a lot of liberal boomers. A lot of the old people are liberals. The younger people are conservative now. Tucker Gabbard, 28. Really, Tucker with the whole... I mean, if Tucker wanted to try it, it definitely would push... he would push whoever the figure is, you know, the MAGA figure, Vance. But I don't know. If Tucker has said he doesn't want to run. How much of the new border wall will be built by 2028? Your bet is about 800 miles. Yeah, I don't know how to I don't know how much they built, and depends, I guess, how much funding they get. What did you get in the Pacer test? That's a good. I don't even remember how it was scored. Was it like back and forth? Is it like the suicides going back and forth? Is that what the Pacer test was? I don't remember what I got. Maybe in the 70s. No, I'm kidding. They don't need a border wall. Trump psyop has legit everyone scared from coming here. Well, they need it when a liberal takes over. That's when they need it. Your soccer team finally clinched the playoff spot. Congratulations. Tucker Fuentes, 28. Yeah, that wouldn't work. They go against each other. They go against each other for the same audience. Fuentes and Tucker Carlson. No Teletubbies on the battlefield. T-Mac, thank you. I appreciate the donation.
This administration has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department, to rip out the politics. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that shit. This administration has...
So Hegseth making a stern statement. Kai Trump Florida Senate run. Dude, it may be 10 years.
Do you think what President Trump has been doing has been making your job tougher?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
But it's becoming more difficult, you think?
Yeah.
Do you think...
In the end, Hegseth's speech to these generals was written for a MAGA crowd and it fell flat. Yes or no? No, I think it was just they're trying to up the standards on you know, mainly based around physical appearance and physical fitness. So, I mean, whether or not the generals liked it, I mean, there's obviously a standard that's been raised with the administration, so they probably didn't like it. While working on base, you wore a shirt that said there's only 2 genders during the Biden years, got in trouble, but since DJT is back, wore it again now. You got in trouble for that? That's insane, man. For sure that says there's only 2 genders, you get in trouble for that? Maybe on a college campus I could see. Thought on Kirk's letter to Bibi. Yeah, I mean, I think it turned out to be true. And I mean, that was from May. So just to put, it was from pretty recently. And there had been other things. There would have been other signs that Kirk was still trying to help the relationship. But he had to have known the relationship was faltering significantly. He's too tapped into the younger crowd.
Ace needs to get the out of California. My name is Maybe. I'm running for state senate.
This is really actually a normal liberal. This is modern liberalism.
In the heart of Los Angeles and East LA, and I will fight for human rights.
This is the favorite to win like the fucking governorship of California, I think.
State legislature. I've been working with people experiencing homelessness for over a decade, volunteering at shelters, being the homelessness liaison for the neighborhood council, and now being the operations manager for the Neighborhood Homeless Coalition. I'm fighting to make California affordable, safe, and inclusive for all. Tuition-free college, healthcare for all, housing for all, renters' rights. We can have all of these things. We deserve.
This is one of the top Democrats, up-and-coming political people, and all the Democrats are, this is like their up-and-coming, these are their people.
All of these things. We're going up against some powerful special interest groups in this race, including the landlord lobby, fossil fuel companies, and even the leaders of AIPAC. This campaign only takes money from individuals, the people that we are going to be elected to represent, not foreign interest groups, not lobbyists, not corporate, anything. California has never had a trans or non-binary legislator, and that is far past time to change. Please donate to this campaign for human rights, justice, and equity today. Let's keep fascism out of California together.
District 26.
Donald Trump posted this AI video featuring myself and Chuck Schumer. It was a fake video. It was a disgusting video. It was a racist video. It was unbecoming of anyone purporting to be the president of the United States of America. But y'all, I ain't scared.
It was a meme.
Donald Trump.
It was a meme.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too. Look, guys.
Yeah, Trump just posts memes now if you look at the Twitter.
Did you go to a cabin with Miss Willis ever?
Ever?
Ever.
I've been really trying, trying to hold back the feelings.
Oh man, Trump just posts memes basically. Oh man. Chris Christie getting a shot? Come on. You gotta go after Chris Christie? Chris Christie gets a stray.
Anyone who stands up to the president, anyone who criticizes the president, anyone who says anything adverse to the president's interests gets the full weight of the federal government brought down.
Oh, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Racism. They're going to be angry about this. They talk about the AI stuff. What if Trump just posted this? I am as Georgia as they come. Liberalism in one statement and one photo. You have no idea how, but you're going to stop us? Yeah, no, I would say maybe 50 million more Somalians might stop the growth of the greater U.S. That's probably your best chance. Mass immigration, probably.
Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face.
I think there's going to be a Tulum Obama or something. There's going to be a discount version of Obama meme or something.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American.
I'm going to be meeting with generals and with admirals and with leaders. And if I don't like somebody, I'm going to fire him right on the spot. On the spot.
Oh, man.
Hi, this evening I just voted for 2 CRs tonight. And the first one votes to affirm that we would like to extend the ACA tax credits because, of course, I voted for health care. The second vote is about making sure that we keep our government open, and I did vote for that because I think it's a sad event if we shut our government down later today. So for me, our nation doesn't believe that kinds of chaos, Now, for me, it's about more over the country, not the party in this kinds of moments just like this. Hi, this evening I just voted for 2 CR.
Trump 2028, cry about it, lib. Tards, thank you for the donation. I don't think they're going to be able to cancel Netflix. I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm actually really befuddled by why he did that. The optics were terrible, meaning all of our top military brass are all in one place, and we spent $6 million to get them there. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. It also didn't make a lot of sense to me that he was saying that he was going to toughen physical standards and review the anti-hazing policy by sort of implementing a hazing policy. And then also he said he was going to return to the highest male standard for combat positions because the troops were fat. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how that was supposed to be an uplifting message for our military.
Maybe he's referring to Colonel Sanders.
It was really a bizarre thing. He started talking about the way he fired more than a dozen military leaders, many of them people of color and women. He fired the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, General Charles Brown Jr., who is African American.
Yeah.
He fired the first.
Oh my goodness, they fire black people, so I don't even know what the point is.
Woman to command the Navy, Admiral Lisa Franchetti. I don't
That's the DEI. They're trying to get rid of it. That's the point.
understand the sort of hypocrisy.
Remember the dude that fakes being on The View? That's a little bit ridiculous, man. I actually want to see if that dude has a video or something. Boomers fall for it all the time. The dude that fakes being on The View. Yeah, the Indian dude. Bro, that dude, it's actually kind of funny just because they fall for it. People think it's real. People think it's real. They're like, he told them. Is it lagging or no?
Make the statement like that.
Refresh, yeah, refresh it if it's lagging, I guess. Bro, this looks photoshopped. This is a weird photo. The left is violent. Change my mind. It's only my stream that does lagging. Normally my stream doesn't lag, it just goes off. And I just get disconnected from Wi-Fi. Nobody is printing Bitcoin. Bitcoin is being mined every day, though. Yeah, but it's not the same degree, but it is still going up in total supply. Russian declares national emergency. Probably nothing. No, I don't have. It's not wired connection. That's the only reason why. I'd have to move my box up here. Then I'd highly doubt it would disconnect if I had wired connection. Caitlin Clark.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $60 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
Republican +1 generic ballot. That's like, it's RMG. It's good, but it's Republican leaning. Huh.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay.
Woo! Yeah, there it is. Russia fuel levels are critical. They're going to have to import from other countries. Ukraine continues to cause massive damage to their oil infrastructure. All right, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Russia is going to agree to some tax? Because at the end of the day, it just comes down to Russia. If Russia wants a peace deal and they'll take the 2 oblasts, that can happen. But obviously, Russia doesn't want that right now. Do they even still break a sweat in boot camp? Well, I mean, they did change the standards a little bit for women. I know that. They were waiting to see who raised their hands. Yeah, like 4 of them were looking around to see if they had to raise their hands or not. Why is Trump pro-Ukraine now? He's pro-Ukraine because he knows that the only way in which the war will end is if there's pressure exuded onto Russia. So he has to be pro-Ukraine to try and force Russia to negotiate. If he wasn't pro-Ukraine, there would be even less of a reason for Russia to end the war because the U.S. wouldn't be backing Ukraine. But I mean, it still might not work. Ukraine doesn't want a peace deal because they've been emboldened by NATO. Ukraine really doesn't have a choice either way. If there's a fair peace deal, Ukraine would have to take it. I feel like, because Trump would force it if they deemed it as fair. But yeah, I mean, obviously they've been emboldened to the point of if Russia's not going to accept, Ukraine's going to keep fighting and they're going to be funded by NATO. Like DeSantis in the 2024 primary to see who would support Trump, even if he got convicted. He was looking around to see who would raise their hands, like Vivek did. Yeah, DeSantis did that. Thoughts on Paul Feinbaum? I really don't know his politics. I would imagine boomer conservative, maybe neocon type. At least Trump announced that people in the military would receive a 3 to 4% raise to help them stay enlisted or incentivize new recruits too. Yeah, I don't know if they have a problem with enlisting. Apparently a bunch of citizens enlisted after Trump won, but I don't know. India funding Russia because they're buying all their oil. As long as the war goes on, America makes lots of money on arms contracts. I mean, the American military, those defense contractors are going to make money with or without it, bro. The U.S. has a $1 trillion military budget. And technically, we've been giving a lot less recently. That's a, yearly military budget. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this live stream. I'm getting it there. I'm pretty tired myself. I am tired. All right, guys, I'll see you.